Welcome to Sky Sport Next, our new initiative supporting grassroots sport and rising talent across New Zealand. We're proud to be investing in Sky Sport Next to give over 50 sports a chance to be seen and to grow.
Touch New Zealand's coverage of the Premier Touch League is brought to you by SAS Sport and One Foundation. Live, it's the Premier Touch League.
Kia ora and welcome back here to the final game of the third round of the Premier Touch League. We're down at Nga Puna Wai here in Christchurch on a beautiful Saturday afternoon where we have Te Waipounamu men versus the New Zealand Barbarians. Both teams have had a loss so far, George, today, so be interesting as both will be looking to take home a W if they can.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. We're looking for showstoppers from both teams leading into the final series and the grand finals next week. Both teams have got the big L for their first game, so a lot of them will be looking for momentum off this game leading into the final series. For the Barbarians, a lot is on the line for where their placing is going to be going into the semi-finals next week. A nice pick and go there, showing a bit of toe. Not a good start for Te Waipounamu. Man hits the deck with a shoulder, maybe a slight dislocation. Yep, it looks like not a normal referee signal, but Charlie's showing that the shoulder potentially is out.
Trying to get that number there, George. Not quite sure who that is.
Healthcare is on the way.
Waipounamu take this opportunity to get some fresh subs in there.
Harley doing a great job there to make sure everything's okay, putting the safety of the player first, getting an understanding, checking it out. But he's in good position there. He is actually in the in goal, so we do have to wait till the player leaves the field before we get this game started again. But the good side of this is Te Waipounamu have had a good set of defence and stopped the elusive Barbarians from a very striking scoop there.
It looks like the young James White there with that injury. An unfortunate injury there.
Look at this, I like the style, taking it away from the sub box while the players run off. Putting the new set on here. Waipounamu starting strong with the chop. Dewey Davis. Oh, he did it in the first round. He does it again. Too fast, good read, gets the good channel line.
He certainly got himself in that channel really early there, George, and he saw that coming, positioned himself well to make sure that he took that pass really clean.
Dewey Davies, he's no stranger. He's no stranger to that touchdown line. Ordered the old black singlet a few times. Been very unlucky with a few injuries. A young man we could have seen in the New Zealand 7th Circuit, but it was cut short by, I think, a couple of shoulders or knees. Just when he was coming back to form again, then another injury came. So it's great to see him back on the paddock. And he's been looking after himself well. And there we go! A brilliant setup. I'll say it again, it's a brilliant setup from the Te Waipounamu. I think we've got a sweeping play coming around. Here we go, yep. Feeding, coming back. Legend Hotham. You beauty.
Yep. So we've got someone of the calibre of Legion Hotham there. It just changes the whole dynamics of that very young Te Te Waipounamu team. Just brings a bit of structure to what has been really solid young players in this Te Waipounamu team. So well done. They answer with a 1-all.
That was a nice little play there by the Barbarians, having the winger chop into the hole, looking for a backdoor play by the link. The link was actually on, and they fed the winger. There we go. Defense.
Great yardage through the field. Morgan McGee, he's in the subbing box now, but he's certainly able to just push forward and make sure that Te Waipounamu team just get some good yards there.
Touch there, good defense by the Barbarians, in particular Mr. Blake.
I was watching, yes, that's Maxwell Blake. He's in the
Talented young man.
touch black white system there.
Oh, what a scoop! What a scoop! What a breakthrough! Here we have it. Carlos Spencer with a beautiful finish with the Foster Moore replay.
Here we go, the Foster Moore replay. Carlos Savage, and here we saw this earlier with Dallas Tepper just using his speed, finding Savage again. First time he scooped through the line, and that's where we had the shoulder injury to young James White. But you've got to watch. They've got to watch Dallas to Waipounamu because he is lethal in that dummy half position.
He's a great find. He's got some good speed there, but it all come back down to the experienced man, Carlos Savage, with the snaky runs. But talking about snaky, nice little snaky dive there on the fifth and final. One more touch up their sleeve. Anderson with the show and go. Young outfit out there at the moment for the Barbarians. There's Sonny. Paiwai rolls. Happy with that one.
There's some good combination on the line there, Georgie, by Rolls, Paiwai and Jones. The young players really having good connection there, shutting down that middle link position. The Waipounamu unable to find any holes. Okay. For Jones.
Yeah, just like rugby league, repeat sets are a killer. There's nothing worse than doing repeat sets on defence. Nice footwork. Maxwell Blake come to the party for this game. A nice channel line. Nice tall frame there by Simon Anderson.
We've seen that a lot by E4 Jones, especially in the Warriors when he has been connecting with Tian McIntyre. So he's got a bit of an advantage when he's with Tian because of that height. Good defense by Hotham. Let's hope his dad's watching because I'm not quite sure if his dad played defense like that. A sweet play. Jones coming around. Razzle dazzle. He does the backwards.
Let me see that again, Mr. King. E4 Jones. Here he goes. Orchestrating a move with the elbow helmet coming around. Comes back in. Just slithers his way through. Beautifully done. You know, he's the little protege, I'll probably say, of Mitter Graham. And with Mitter Graham taking a rest this week and looking to come back next week, E4 Jones has picked up the big shoes and he's doing well today.
I thought he was Dr. Jones there for a while, the way that he just sliced through the defense. Is that you, Dr. Jones?
These dad jokes are getting bad, aren't they? Fingers. Here we go. The Barbarians, the show, the go. Here's the
Savage.
The intensity is good. It's very direct. Oh, nice, Sonny. Working your way back. The bow, the offload. May have been slightly forward. Yep, man of the moment in the middle of the field. Looks to either side. Gets some help from his sideline referee. Makes the right call today. Punishing drive. A punishing drive.
Hawks, Morgan McGee. Referee saying that the Barbarians are in the ruck area. So for those viewers just watching, if you saw the referee signal, just he moved his hands in front of his body. He wasn't doing the round circle of his stomach. He was saying this is a signal for the player in the ruck area.
Play loads up. Looks short this time. 5th and final. To Waipounamu. Looking for something out of nothing. There's the hands. There's the numbers. Ooh, if that went to hand. Trey Russell, the dairy farmer, would have been in the corner.
Again, it just shows where you've got someone of the temperament of Legion Hotham, just able to hold the ball up, calm, just waiting for the defense to make the move before he made the pass. But next minute we find that the Barbarians are on the 10-metre line, setting themselves up for a strike. And as quick as that, the Barbarians have a touchdown as we go to the One Foundation replay. There's a setup here, finding the strike. That man, Tiwi Davis, finds his man, Shannon, who then links out to the wing, and it's Goodnight Nurse. It's as easy as that by the looks when you've got the skill sets that sit in the Barbarians team.
I think that was Tater Hawkeye out there wide, getting a good finishing touch. He accelerated onto that ball with a great finish. World-class finishing there by the Barbarians winger. And having a little word to Gavin Downs today, seeing what they've got up their sleeve. They're working 1.5 wingers today, I'm aware of. Trying to work these 2 wingers for a full 40 minutes, as much as they can take, and then giving them the rest when required. Young wingers stepping up to the game. Out here on the right-hand wing, we have Meraki O'Moore, one of the favourite sons of the Manawatu region. Nice punishing drives here. That man we talked about before. Mike, tell us about him. Tell us about him.
That's the 3rd time through for Dallas Tepper. Here we go on the Foster Moore replay. As we got the set, a great go forward by Pai Wai. And there's that man, Dallas Tepper, just picked up, and he's got the great acceleration. Head up, looking for the free player. And again, he finds Portini, rolls Pai Wai. This combination, and the youth is just outstanding. I tell you what, I am just really impressed, George, about this Te Waipounamu. Right from Series 1, they've just continued just to keep their heads high, regardless of who's in front of them. They come back, and they're a strike against it. Here we go. Young Fawkes finds his link. The referee says that's okay. And Te Waipounamu answer that. Here we go on the replay. There's a setup here by Te Waipounamu. It's Fawkes, link winger, that's number 11 here. By Tyrese there, well done. Great play by Te Waipounamu men. Young team, but they certainly don't lack the fight in them, that's for sure. It's the execution there by the Barbarian men. If you just tuned in, it's Barbarians 5 to Waipounamu 2. As the Waipounamu start to make their way through the field there, Morgan McGee. He's been a great player through this series here. So has Fawkes been. Again, we've got Gold. And that's 6th. Just unable to get a good strike dump on that one to have a good tack at the line. And let's see if they can hold the Barbarians here as they start to get new players through. Nice snaking across the field. Find Maraki. Holding fort out on the wing. That man again rolls Pai Wai. Very impressive when he came into the touch black camp, George.
Dallas Tepper once again. Pick and go from dummy half. We've talked about giving people inches, and that's one person you do not want. That's 4 goes and 4 breaks of the line.
And he finds that man, Carlos Savage. On the one foundation replay, Pawai Tepper just picks up and makes it so ease. He's certainly got those first 10 metres covered with his acceleration and finds the ever-experienced Carlos Savage running the right lines. As we got to Waipounamu again, Morgan McGee.
Yeah, I'd like to give credit out there for Rolls Paiwai for that beautiful setup, making his defender commit to open the hole there a little bit more for Dallas Tepper. I don't know if he needs it, mate, because, mate, he is elusive.
Yeah, no, but you're right. You know, Portini just able to turn his defender's shoulders, which actually gave a few more seconds to Tepper. Like you say, I'm not quite sure that he needed it with the speed. Well done. Good defense by the Barbarians. Just Waipounamu just unable to get a really good setup for a strike there.
Yeah, let's not take nothing away from Waipounamu. He does a brilliant setup with a 33 peel there, doing all the right options, but even better defense by the Barbarians. They've come to this game to show their stuff, to get it right before they go into next week's finale. Equal Jones with the passive play in the back door.
Dr. Jones just slicing through the pass to Davis. Here we go on the Foster Moore replay. Shannon with the ball. Dr. Jones. And there's the passive line run by Tiwi Davis.
Yeah, Tiwi Davies, he's having a blinder at the moment. And like I said before, it's great to have him back. And hopefully he's knocking on the door for one of those black singlets. He's deserving it today. Anderson with ball in hand, looking to go from dummy half. Winds up the legs, not the pass. No one running the link hole. Not many options.
Moody with the dump. Savage round to Dr. Jones again. Savage, good yards going forward. Nice speed through the field by...
Keep it going. That was brilliant attack there. That was some of the best drives I've seen today. Unfortunately, they just slowed it down at the tail end to Waipounamu. We're in 3s and 4s. Waipounamu digging deep late in this first half with 2.5 minutes to go. Putting everything out there. Johnston looking at the link hole. Dummies, goes through. Johnston with the quick put down. Looking for the referee. Touch is called. Excitement to no prevail.
Adventurous pass there by the Barbarians men. So let's see what to open them. Let's see what the youngsters can conjure up. He was going to look like he was going in for more.
Yep, bit of health and safety there. He said, I'm not going to score, but I will protect my body. We've already had one man go down with a popped shoulder. Well, the show and go.
Ooh.
A bit behind. Ray Russell. Almost in the corner. Nice hands. Nice movement.
Barbarians bit more careful, just doing the basics this time, not throwing those long passes. I don't think they were looking forward to another set of 6, but in saying that, referee sees a forward pass.
7 on there, Mike.
7 on.
7 on.
We're back in the NRL. It's 7 on. Morgan McGee, he's played solid right through these 3 encounters. Unfortunately, just a fumble there. But Bradley, he's been a good, solid young player. Good leadership shown by the young man. Saunders. Jones, Savage. Dr. Jones, can he? No. Harley Wall calls out a full-time. Half-time? Sorry. I was getting excited, thought it was full-time. We got Barbarians 7 to Waipounamu 2. Here at Nga Puna Wai, multi-sport complex here down in Christchurch. A beautiful sunny afternoon. It's a bit of wind down on the ground there, Georgie. What have you thought about the PTL so far? This is your first time on face-to-face?
Yeah, face-to-face. It's great to be here. Great experience, great atmosphere. And you don't get to see it on the camera, but the mood and the mode through the players off the field is amazing. With being Canterbury long weekend, with Canterbury anniversary, a lot of the people that love to be here are away with friends and family. But we still have a good showing of spectators that have come down to support the homegrowers, the locals, and the women's have been phenomenal from Te Waipounamu. The men are still filing their feet. They've had good placements at times, but putting a complete effort in there for the total 40 has gone begging throughout this series. But I'm loving what I'm seeing, and I'm looking forward to the 4th and final PTL, the first of its kind. How great has it been to be a part of this, Mike, and part of the introduction of the series?
Oh, it's been fantastic for the sport, and it's something that we've talked about for a while within the organisation of Touch New Zealand, just about the development of a competition where we can really foster and provide a setting for our pathways and high performance players, coaches and referees. I think the big part here is making sure that we have a setting to really grow our up-and-coming referees, who you've seen over the first 3 series and next week. No doubt will be pushing for a position at the next World Cup, George. So these are important not just for players, not just for our coaches, but also the development of our referees in the game.
Yeah, it's good that you mentioned that, Michael, because it is big for our referees. We're only as good as our referees in the style that they referee. If they can keep up with the style that's moving around the world, it increases our ability of the game and play the game that we want to play against the likes of Australia, South Africa, England, and Japan, of course, who's rising through the ranks on the world stage there. The referees throughout today for the 3rd series have been doing a great job. It's good to see some young talent in there. And you talked about the coaches as well. We've got a new breed of coaches coming through. Normally it's quite dominated by our leading powers, the Peter McIntyres, the Tony Lungers, those sort of people, or the Brains Trusts. And now for these time to shine for these new coaches to show, hey, I'm putting my hand up, I'm knocking on the door for these new teams in the future.
Exactly right. We got Paula Piawini here, Kyle Newton, Gavin Downs, and Carl Shepherd, just to name a few. Coaches just are able to test themselves in this environment.
And that is magic. Right there is unbelievable magic. Let's have a look at that again. It may have been too fast for you, Michael. The PTL replay, looking for the 32 peel with the wrapper. Looking at the wrapper, works his magic feet, slips out of that one, passes the long ball to the winger. touchdown. How do you answer the question like that for Te Waipounamu when you've got brilliance like E4 Jones doing that sort of stuff?
Yeah, it's certainly it's a difficult one, especially when you're a new player on the scene, or these players are not new, but they've been in our under 16. So a few of these players we've seen on the development tour at NYC this year. But when you've got someone of E4 Jones's class, it can be a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, and whether you're a new player or not, that was just pure brilliance. And I'm sure the best in the game would have had difficulty dinging that stuff up. Here we go. Savage once again leading from the front, taking the boys forward. Courtney with the ball. Sonny doing what he does well throughout this whole game, setting up good, clean dumps. Courtney with over the top. Oh, there's the coach killer. Repeat set on the 5 metre. Maxwell Blake coming into his own. We know he's a star with ball in hand. Nice little slippery one there. Looking to the referee to see what the signal is. Forward pass. The forward pass off the ruck does not help your cause. On the early touch. Waipounamu using the boxing play, putting their fresh players back on. Johnston. Here we go, the mouse. Works it well, sets up well. Mr. Anderson, the show and go. Worked for him in the first game. He's been so close to breaking that line. Fivish has been a little bit quiet for my liking. He's a star player.
Certainly is a star player, Georgie, and he came to play at the last PTL, so just not firing, hasn't fired to date. Oh, here we go. Davis again just showing his class as he picks that ball up, just holding it. Tiwi Davies.
That's class. Hewish. Shannon Tamuru sets it well. Tiwi picks and goes, shows. And then links up nicely. Gaiki. Nice touchdown. Oh, I'm not too sure on the haircut. But hey, if it works for you, mate, good on you.
It's working for him, George. That's for sure. Today it's working for him. Hotham. Puts himself in the middle. Goes in one of the young lads as they start to fire through. Just unable to get those connections. Be just so good though for these young players in this Te Waipounamu team to have someone of Hotham's degree of skills and just confidence to be out there as he starts to rally his troops as the Barbarians start to hit the track. And there's that man again. Don't tell me. But his name is Dallas Tepper. And he finds the hole, finds the player.
This is champagne rugby, the movement. Carlos Spencer once again setting the platform. Dallas Tepper with wheels to burn, mate. That is phenomenal. I love that name, Dallas Tepper. I remember that name, Tepper, from the Welly days. Tepper Parekura. He was electric on the feet, probably as electric as this Dallas Tepper. Waipounamu.
What a ground called by the referee.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Mike, freshly back from the Fijian Cup, doing refereeing over there. He knows the calls. Waipounamu, get out of jail free, get the ball back in hand. Johnston, good to see him back in the game. He was a star from 3 years back in the under-18s. Going back. Kaiki. Yep, referee wasn't happy with the speed there. Waipounamu slowed the game down, asking for defenders to come forward. Legion on the ball once again. Quick hands over the top. There we go. Round the back door. That is teamwork. E4 Jones got there. He was in the right place. The timing seems like it was a split second late with the PTL replay. Nice movement. Steps back. Off his left. Johnston over the top. Here we go. Yeah, good call by the referees. Great call.
Bit of a high pass there by Fox, but finds a target in Huriwai. That brings to Waipounamu means 3, the New Zealand Barbarians 10.
Waipounamu will be taking something away from today's efforts. It's their 9th touchdown of the series today. Fortunately, leaking another one.
I think it's an interchange. It's the vice versa. It's the Carlos Spencer paying tribute to Dallas Tepper this time, giving him the ball to score. So well done. Reverse of that combination that we've seen. Dallas Tepper going through the line, finding the...
That was a name from the past mate, the old Carlos Spencer. Are you referring to Carlos Savage?
That's right.
Yep, cool. Gotcha, I'm with you.
Dazzle.
Captain Morgan. McGee. Legion getting quick ball. Nice defense by the Barbarians. Still time, still touches. Legion with ball in hand, looking for the cut. Final handover, Barbarians. Going strong. Carlos Spencer.
Making great yards. Savage, right through the whole day.
Take a bow, my friend. Take a bow. Leading by example. Having a stunner. Oh.
Davies. Looks left, looks right. Says to the ref, they are not coming forward.
If I was in the coaching staff here of Te Waipounamu, I'll be just telling the boys to lift their shoulders. You know, we've got to finish strong. The body language isn't looking the best for them at the moment. We don't want to finish on a bad note. Let's finish strong, get some more touchdowns on the scoreboard, and regroup. It's all about next week.
All about next week, but I know they'll play right to the end because that's what we've seen from this young Te Waipounamu team through Series 1, 2, and no doubt Series 3.
Five-ish, taking control through their hands. Saunders passing out, ball to ground. Pick the shoulders up, work right now to Waipounamu. Barbarians in full control.
Tamuri onto Jones.
Jones
on the passive line. Tamuri running the passive line. But Te Waipounamu get up into the channel. Angus Fawkes hobbling after that.
Like a blind chop there. Waipounamu doing the yards. Johnson, he's come to the party. Take your hat off, boy. You've been giving everything out there in this game. Legion controlling well. Oh, here we go. This is what we wanted to see. This is exactly what we wanted to see. And look at that. If execution was perfect, there was a touchdown there. And that all came from team momentum, drive, and direction.
You're certainly right there, George. When these when Te Waipounamu just get their roll on, they certainly set them up for a good chance for a touchdown. And yeah, an execution there. Just a winger, Hotham. Winger just not able to make that connection there in the end, but it's better play by Te Waipounamu.
Going in, double cut. See Fortuny's eyes lighting up. All he wanted was a nice clean dump. Would have got to showboat some of his skills. I know he's lethal from the dummy half position. Today he's been utilised more as a setter. You've got people like Dallas on fire. Yep, your time will come again soon. Fortune rolls. And I've said it 3 times in this game. I'm being very, very impressed with Carlos Savage. Well, you called him Spencer because of his talent.
You haven't
What are you
realised you've been
thinking?
calling him Spencer throughout the first half.
Was it me saying
It
that?
was, you said.
Okay, I'll check the replays. I will check the replays on that one. I thought you were the one fumbling your word. But hey, can't tell the difference. Both got good bodies. Another man down. Well, looks like we got a wrist
Captain.
this time.
Is this the captain?
Captain Morgan McGee.
He's a tough unit. Just an update earlier that we did have number 10, James White, for Te Waipounamu, who unfortunately went off injured very early in the game with a suspected shoulder dislocation. Let's hope it's not that bad, but certainly something wrong with the shoulder.
Ray Johnston again. Mr. Anderson at dummy half. 5-ish. Anderson pick and go. He did it this morning. He's going to do it again. A push off there. Referee, good vision to see that one. Waipounamu with another opportunity.
Good pick and scoop by Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, Mike, just in the theme of the game these days with the holds and the push-offs off the ball when people scoop through. You know, the punishment, I don't know sort of if it is worthy of what is being done. Basically, you're either stopping a try or getting a try from some little technical plays that you do there. And a repeat set is probably not enough, to be honest. Might be something to look at.
Header getting in the way there, just holding that channel. As the Barbarians start to sub. Found out they only had 2 players on the field, but now they've got the full complement.
Oh, he's working that one a lot in this game. Going the length, normally it's a set play, but then another cut comes. Another showdown.
Talk about the coach killer, George. There was touch count 5, so now they've got a repeat set. Moody with the ball, on the ball.
Quick feet there by Jones.
Moody and Willison. Let's see what they can do.
Jones. Oh, the old samurai. Great to see it back. Nike takes the touch, regroups. Look at that combination out there. Look at that powerhouse of those 3. Flicks back short side. Legion able to read that one. Knows those boys well. As he played alongside for many years. Nice drive.
Okay, there's that hand signal by the referee in the ruck. Seeing the Barbarians not retiring quick enough out of that area. So it catches the Barbarians offside. Waipounamu with touch count 3.
Onto Moore, dummy half. Barbarians reading the wraparound play.
Tyrese Hill Catamol. Gold. Hawks trying behind the back to find Tyrese.
Barbarians looking for the quick play. Referee wants it on the mark. Nice movement. Good spotting by the three referees. Seeing a forward pass. Giving to Waipounamu. Another crack at the line. There he goes again. Driving forward. Johnston.
We've got a combination there of Fawkes and Hill Catamol.
Catamol. Yeah, he's been good.
Hawks, I think it's calling Gold around for a sweep plate. Let's see if they get something going this time.
Yep, boys are in position now, so expect something exciting. Not quite the caliber of excitement I was expecting, but hey, that's the defense of this Barbarians, reading a lot of plays.
We're in the final, almost coming up the final 2 minutes, Georgie, to Waipounamu 3, the Barbarians 11. It's been a very clinical display by the New Zealand Barbarians. Davies with the ball. Onto Rolls, Paiwai. It's been a well-balanced performance by both youth and experience here. Nice defense by the winger there from Te Waipounamu. Able to get into that channel. Fawkes with the ball. Onto Ruai. Hotham. To Saunders. Back to Hotham.
Lucas getting his mitt in there. Locking the ball back down. Giving a repeat set. Let's finish strong here to Waipounamu. My faith is in ya.
We play with Hotham coming around. Does he find the wing? He finds the grass.
That's been about the story of the day for the Te Waipounamu today. Couldn't quite hit the mark against this well-oiled Barbarians team with experience, skills, and unity to burn. Offloading, Shannon, Moody. Jones has a little look, feeds back. Nice expansive play. E4 takes a look, goes over, winds up at full pace, manages to get that left to right out, and what a brilliant pass that was. Been mentioning his name a lot today, but it's all in all due respect. This type of play here. Shows goes, puts the pace on, winds up and hits the right man. See it again. Here we go. Picks, goes, puts the throttle down. Everyone running holes. Nice work there.
Not only was that a good pass, Georgie, but definitely a good catch by Sonny Tahita. And that's full time here at Nga Puna Wai here in Christchurch. We got Te Waipounamu 3. Final score to Waipounamu 3, the Barbarians 12. Which has been a good day at the office for the Barbarian men's, who come away with 1 win and 1 loss. Loss against the Manukau Raiders earlier. In a great day of touch here in Christchurch. Let's see if we can get some words from the Barbarians men's captain.
Oh, here we go, the last game of the day, and what a great game for the Barbarians. They're looking for a good confidence builder going into next week. I'm here with the captain, fantastic, Shannon Tomuri. How are you feeling, my friend?
Oh, tired, bro.
Yeah.
It was a long one, that one. Grinding both ways. It was a very good touch. It was just good to be out there.
Nice, and it's a healthy trip coming all the way from Hamilton, some people from Manawatu, Bay of Plenty, getting the boys all together, travelling down to Christchurch. How are they feeling body-wise?
Oh, we're naked, bro.
Yeah.
That's for sure. The plane rides are definitely getting us. So I'm just big ups to the boys. They're putting it out there, week in, week out, and you're just giving it their all.
Nice, and what I saw in that game was a lot of confidence. The shoulders are up, nice free ball flow. Sort of just, what was it, man? What was the difference between this game and the game this morning?
I think the boys are just a bit disappointed from this morning. Obviously, it was a slow start. Wasn't the outcome we wanted, but that's touch for you, eh?
Yeah. And if we could wrap it up, who was your player of the day for the team today?
Our new fella out there. First game this week, Dallas Tipa.
Mate, if no one knew who he was today, after watching that name that day, you will never forget that name. Dallas Tepper, I won't forget it. I'll be watching that kid. How fast is he?
Oh, far faster than me, that's for sure.
Only just. And what a day it was. Got anything to say to all the spectators back home?
Nah, just thanks for the support back home. Yeah, look forward to next week.
And he'll be looking forward to that grand final. They're in a good spot for the semi-finals, and they'll be looking to take today's win over to next week and hopefully seeing them in the finals. What do you reckon?
Yeah, for sure. It could be anyone's game next week, eh?
And that's what it comes down to. Everyone's got the grind, everyone's put the goods in, getting the combination sorted. So we'll be back next week for Series 4, the grand finals of the PTL. Touch.
What a game.
Through Sky Sports Next, these athletes in their sports have the chance to tell their story. We want to inspire more Kiwis to play sport. Together, our goal is to significantly grow the reach and engagement of New Zealand sports.
Touch New Zealand's coverage of the Premier Touch League is brought to you by SAS Sport and One Foundation.